What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the RWL. Just a heads up, I am somewhat getting over being sick, so I do sound like garbage, and I will probably cough throughout this battle a little bit, so I do apologize for that. But this is our week 3 battle in the RWL, and we are taking on, Roserade God and the Roseville Roserades. I guess that's their favorite Pokemon. Excuse me. Okay, let's get into this. Some interesting things from team matchup here. No Mega Beedrill, no Volcarona, no Garchomp. All three of those things are, in my opinion, wild. As we did have a hard time dealing with Garchomp, we did have a hard time dealing with Volcarona once it got set up. If it could find a way to set up on us. Those things were pretty tough for us to break through, but not showing up right off the bat is actually amazing. Since the way this league does work out, I don't mind talking about any of my sets here, as if we do make it to playoffs and we do bring some of these mods in playoffs, the team could look completely different. So we do have our... I keep bringing this the same almost every week. We are just a speed creeping Mega Pidgeot to outspeed his Serperior. Other than that, there's nothing else that can outspeed the Serperior on his team without being scarfed. So I didn't really plan on anything else being scarfed. I didn't really see anything on his team that would like it. Anyways, we do have your typical scarfed Ditto. We do have a Sylveon that was basically meant for Garchomp. It's a max defense Sylveon. Like, that's the only thing that that the defense is there for, really, is the Garchomp. And Garchomp did not come. Oh, also a quick note. No Garchomp, no Volcarona means no Z moves in this battle, which is also very great once you get into the battle for the prep. Which we didn't bring ours either, Keldea or Zeraora. So in this battle, there's guaranteed no Z moves. If you guys are noticing a theme as well, I'm not doing it on purpose. Our week 1 matchup, Zeraora got the sweep with 6 kills. Our week 2 matchup, Keldeo. Oh, and we didn't bring Zeraora the next week. Then Keldeo got, I think, 3 kills or 4 kills, something along those lines in the week 2 matchup. And then now neither of them are here. We have 2 Mons in the top, like, 5 for kills. Like, let's see. I do know Zeraora is still sitting at number 1. And Keldeo is sitting at number 15 currently. He got 3 kills. So, interestingly enough, I brought neither in this matchup. I just didn't see them doing as much work as I thought they could. We do have your somewhat typical Dragon Dance Tyranitar with a Lumberry. We have a Life Orbed Mamoswine with rocks, and then we have a max HP, max attack, a little bit of speed, I put like a 4, I think, in speed. Hawlucha, with the right amount of coverage to literally OHKO every single Pokemon on this team, minus the Moonduck here. His Cresselia would be 2-hit KO'd, depending on how many Swords Dances we can fire off. So, as I have done the last couple weeks, I'm going to lead off with Mega Pidgeot. As I do believe I outspeed a Galvantula. Even with the, let's see, even with the speed investment we have, yes, we do outspeed on max speed Galvantula, so I wasn't afraid of that. As I do just want to fire off a U-turn here, and I actually get some amazing information here, because I remember when I said no Scarf? Primarina actually is Scarf, and he's going to be clicking Scarf Hyper Voice, which thankfully isn't like an Ice Beam, as Ice Beam I think would have hurt pretty bad. We do get some very important information. We were actually 2 speed EVs. I mean, yeah, speed EVs from outspeeding that, which is stupid. So I want to be on the offensive, as this Primarina literally can 6-0 my team depending on how he plays it. I could have went defensive with Ditto, but I said no, I'm going in with Hawlucha, as I know this Cresselia cannot OHKO my Hawlucha. and I can basically get a +2 for free, as that hyper voice would have put me in range to where I could OHKO that as well. As I'm going to throat chop here, as it does do about 50%, and his Psyshock does come out and do just about half, which does give us our Citrus Berry. Thankfully, I did do that correctly this week, which puts us in enough range that we can live another hit from this Cresselia, which means I'm going to click SD again, as it really will help us break down this Cresselia if need be. And we can OHKO anything in the back as well. As he clicks Psyshock here, which puts us in range for any priority that he could have on his team, which sucks, but I don't believe he has any priority on his team actively, as he does want to save his Moonduck here, as I do believe I click the Throat Chop here, as it does OHKO everything. No, I click Acrobatics here. That's what I do. I click Acrobatics. So it did take out the Cresselia at that range, and it does knock out Tentacruel without it even really touching the field. As he sends in his Aragog, I'm like, this thing is just screaming Focus Ashed, which sucks. I do just go ahead and I click Throat Chop here, just in case he wants to like be cheeky and click Bug Buzz. Like, let's say Thunder was his only electric type attack, and he would want to click Bug Buzz. I could actually stop it from clicking that. But he does have the Volt Switch here, taking out our Hawlucha, stopping us a little early. But we have taken care of Tentacruel, knocked this thing down to its Focus Sash, and did a little bit of a dent into Cresselia and found out its sets here. Which is telling me I didn't see Will-O-Wisp. He would have used Will-O-Wisp if he had Will-O-Wisp, but he didn't have Roar or Whirlwind, whatever this thing gets, one of the two. So I said, I want to stay on the offensive. I'm going into Tyrantrum. Even if he has Moonblast, we can still eat one of those, no problem. As I do fire off a Dragon Dance, I need to get to +2 to outspeed that Primarina and to start doing damage to this Cresselia, because it's so bulky, as it does just want to get its HP back here, because it is max defense on this Cresselia, I do believe. I wasn't given the set, it's just kind of me figuring it out by the damage that we've been doing. As he does want to save this thing for later, as he go ahead and he sends in this Galvantula again, as I'm going to go ahead and get back up to +2, which means that this thing guaranteed cannot outspeed us. Nothing on his team can outspeed us at this point, and he cannot have Sticky Webs on the field, as I am going to just go ahead and Earthquake this thing to death, not risking the Head Smash miss, and not clicking Dragon Claw just in case he wants to switch into Primarina for whatever crazy reason. So we do go ahead and take out this Galvantula, which is awesome. So in comes the Moonduck. At this point, as long as I can land a Head Smash, Dragon Claw can take it out from there. As we do go ahead and click Head Smash and body this thing down to 15-ish, 20%, as he goes ahead and he clicks Toxic. And actually, I almost feel like I would rather this Toxic have stayed, and you'll see why in the future. As we do go ahead and we eat our Lumberry, and we are cured of that. So that's great news, but also bad news, and we'll get there. As Dragon Claw does, just go ahead and take this thing out. So let's see. I'm going to calc it +2, at 100. But you guys will see here in just a minute why I'm doing this real quick, because I haven't checked. So he does send this thing in our Earthquake. For this thing to live on 3 HP, which it does. Sorry, a little bit of a spoiler. We have a 62% chance of OHKOing this thing, and it lives. It lives on 3 HP and gets the Thunder Wave off, which kind of sucks, as I don't believe this Registeel can do anything to us. So if we can get 2 more Dragon Dances up on this Registeel, we are in a perfect shape to continue our sweep with this Tyrantrum. As we do go ahead and get 1 of those 2 Dragon Dances off that we need. So at this point we can outspeed, I think, everything not named Primarina, I think. Like, let's see, a Paralyzed +3 speed. Can we outspeed Superior at this point? We cannot. Okay, so we have to have this extra speed here to outspeed Superior, as we will not live a Leaf Storm at this range. As he does go ahead and click another Seismic Toss. Alright, so this next turn is very important. If we get paralyzed here, we could just basically lose our Tyrantrum, which we do not, which is amazing. We were going to guarantee live another Seismic Toss, but it could have put us in a very dangerous spot. His Primarina could have had Aqua Jet. Primarina could have Aqua Jet at this point. So he goes ahead and he sends in his Siren, the Primarina. I do guarantee kill this thing with Earthquake because we are now sitting at +4 attack, which is kind of wild, to be honest. Our attack stat is sitting somewhere in the range of, let's see, that can't be right. Oh, it's not showing me. Anyway, in comes the Superior. Dragon Claw does take this thing out as we get paralyzed, which is huge, as this thing actually with Leaf Storms, if it gets up enough Leaf Storms, can probably put a huge dent through our team. And so at this point, my goal now is just to kill that substitute. If we can kill that substitute, we do win the game, as we do outspeed with our Mega Pidgeot. Sadly, Tyrantrum does not get the full sweep. He does pick up 4 kills in the process, though. As Leaf Storm does connect, and it does knock us out. It actually does like 50 to 60%, depending on how much investment he had. But we do guarantee, we do have no guard. We do guarantee take out this this Superior. Oh, I have Tyranitar. That's why. Kind of dumb person am I? Tyrantrum, weirdo. Anyway, we do connect with this Hurricane, and we are sitting pretty at with a 4-0 differential win. We are currently sitting at 3-0 on the season, which is actually amazing. I did not, at the start of this battle, I saw a loss. I saw us losing to Primarina. I saw us losing to Webs on Galvantula, because that would mean Tyrantrum would have to set up way too much to outspeed things. I definitely did predict a loss here before I started this battle. So that's actually huge. We've actually made our start of the season goal of the 3 wins out of the 4. We haven't even got to the 4th battle yet. Let me see. I do believe we are the #1 team currently. Oh no, Reno's 13. Oh, do we have more differential than him? +4. Actually, we are the #2 team, as we are sitting at 3-0 with +12 differential. But Kohan is sitting at 3-0 +13 differential. So if we actually would have gotten the sweep with Tyrantrum, we would be tied for first place in the league. But oh well, I am very proud of what we've done so far. We will start drafting after this week, actually, for the second draft for the second 4 battles in this season, and I cannot wait for that to happen. And I'm hoping we can do just as good with a draft there that we did with this draft, as I love this draft. This is one of my favorite drafts I've ever done. To be honest, like, I think because I'm not relying so much on our Mega, that the rest of my Pokemon I can build around first. And I really enjoy that. Like some of our other leagues, like I'm relying heavily on like Mega Charizard Y. I'm relying heavily on Mega Venusaur in another league. And so when I'm not relying so heavily on my Mega, it really makes it more enjoyable for me. And I do believe that we play a little bit better. Anyways, guys, if you have enjoyed this season so far up to this point and are excited for our 3-0 start, please drop a like down below and subscribe if you'd like to see more, as it really helps out the channel. I will see you guys next week. Peace out.